Hello, dear students. I welcome you all in the online session of DAV Moil Public School, Sita Savangi. Today, we are going to start the session for class 8th. Our topic is crop production and its management. In this chapter, we are going to learn agricultural practices. In previous period, we have learned preparation of soil, sowing of seed, addition of manure and fertilizer. In this session, we will learn in detail about manure and fertilizer. Then we will learn about irrigation, then crop production, then harvesting and storage. So, my dear students, manuring is one of the agricultural practice. You know that crop takes nutrients from the soil for their proper growth. If farmer continue to grow the same crop for years and years in the same field, the yield gradually decreases. This is because the same plants consume nutrients from the soil and make it infertile. So, to replenish the fertility of the soil, farmers follow different methods. Some of the methods are field fallow, crop rotation, manure, fertilizer to increase the nutrients of the soil and water. In field fallow, the agricultural field is left uncultivated for one or more seasons. Dead animals and plants accumulate on the land and are decomposed by microbes. This is the way the nutrients are replenished in the soil. In this way, the fields are left for some period of time. This is called as field fallow. The next method is crop rotation. Some crops like wheat and rice use lots of nitrogen of the soil. The lots of nitrogen can be easily replenished in the soil by growing one leguminous crop between two successive cereal crops. These are the leguminous plant. The role of the leguminous plant is increasing the nitrogen content of the soil. Plants like pea, beans and soya bean are known as leguminous plant. These plants have root nodules on the root that are associated with bacteria like rhizobium. This bacteria converts gaseous nitrogen into nitrates that can be used by plants as a source of nitrogen. Our next topic is manure. Waste of the animal and plant can be used as manure to replenish the nutrient deficient soil. Waste of the animals and plant can be used as manure to replenish the nutrient deficient soil. Farmers dump animal dung, vegetables and crop waste at open places and let them to decompose by bacteria and fungi. After a month or so, the manure is ready and is mixed up with the soil before sowing. Manure not only increase the nutrient but also enhance the water holding capacity of soil. Fertilizer. These are the chemical substance rich in nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Fertilizer are products produced in factories and are easier to store and transport as compared to manure. Being soluble in water, they are readily absorbed by plant. But overuse of fertilizer can change the chemical nature of the soil. Our next agricultural practice is irrigation. The supply of water to the plant in the field is known as irrigation. Different crops requires different amount of water at various stages of development. For example, paddy is transplanted in standing water and requires contract irrigation. On the other hand, for wheat, irrigation is needed only before tilling at the time of flowering. On the other hand, for wheat irrigation is needed only before tilling and at the time of flowering. Excessive water supply reduces air in the soil space. It is called waterlogging. As a result of this, the root gets damaged and the plant dies. Sometimes strong rain and wind results in falling down of the crop plant at the grain maturity stage. This is called logging. Our next agricultural practice is crop protection. Protection from weeds. Protection from pest. Crop protection includes protecting the plant from weeds and insects. Some methods of crop protection is manual removal of the weeds, tilling before sowing, and weedicides. It is also important to protect the plant from the pests. Crops are exposed to many factors such as stray animals, birds, and insects. Animals and birds can be scared away by beating or drum and fixing scarecrow in the field. This scarecrow does not allow the birds and crows to damage the field. Some organisms specifically attack and damage the crop. These organisms are known as pests. They may include rat and large stages of some insects and termites. Chemicals are sprayed on the crop to kill such a pest. These chemicals are known as pesticides. Spraying is done manually or by a small aircraft. These chemicals stick to fruits and vegetables and are also absorbed by the plant. It becomes the part of the food chain. Therefore, minimum use of these chemicals is advised. Our next agricultural practice is harvesting. Harvesting means cutting and gathering all crops after maturation is known as harvesting. Wheat and rice is done by sickle. Fruits and vegetables are done by hand. After harvesting, the grains are separated from the crop. This process is called threshing. Threshing is done manually or by machine called threshers. Combine is a machine which can do both harvesting and threshing. This is an image of combine which do both threshing and cutting together. After threshing, grains are separated from the shaft. This is known as winnowing. The mixture is dropped on the ground and the remaining unwanted particles are thrown away. The heavier seeds fall vertically down while the lighter shaft is blown away at the distance by wind. Our next agricultural practice is storage. Harvested food grains are sun dried before storing. This prevents growth of microbes on them. Large scale storing is done in granaries and silos. Fruits and vegetables are stored in the large cold storage or deep freezer. So, my dear friends, this is all about agriculture and agricultural practice. Now, this is the time of an activity. Now, in this activity, we are having three activity, amongst which first activity is the field work. But in spite of going on the field or park, you have so many different type of pulses and cereals at your home also. So collect them and make at least 5 type of wheats and collect them and name them. Your second activity is the name of list of kharif and rabi crops which are grown in your area. And the third activity is frogs play an important role in the biological control of the insect in the agriculture. The decrease in the population of frog result in the increase in the population. So, try to find out the role of lizard, owl and bat in the biological control. Means in third activity you have to find out certain reasons that why the lizard, owl and bat are necessary for maintaining the biological control. In the next slide you can see the question series given in your book. You are supposed to solve these questions and write down their answers in your notebook, and in this way we complete our agricultural practice. So my dear students, please share your assignment in the WhatsApp group. Till then, thank you and take care.